morning class. I'm back with your next lecture in business communication. Our topic today is oral and nonverbal communication. By oral, we mean a face-to-face communication, having communication face-to-face or over the phone. Nonverbal is something kind of gesture. So we'll talk about this today. Oral communication takes place in face-to-face conversations, group discussions, telephone calls, and other circumstances in which spoken word is used to express meaning. This is a definition given by Ricky W. Griffin. As I said, it's face-to-face, group discussions, we can say, telephone, speaking over the phone. Wherever you are using words to express, to communicate, that is called oral communication. Communication without the use of spoken language. Non-verbal communication includes gestures, facial expressions, and body positions. This is called body language as well. So anything which is used to express, your face is used to express approval, disapproval. Your body is used to express. So these kinds of gestures, tones are called nonverbal communication. And as well as unspoken understandings and presuppositions and cultural and environmental conditions that may affect any encounter between people. So cultural differences, cultural and environmental conditions as well play a lot of role in understanding non-verbal communications. Any word that you speak may have different meanings, but you would be able to understand what it means. Non-verbal communication is as important, rather more important, as oral communication, because it also expresses a lot. So this is the definition given by the American Heritage New Dictionary of Cultural Literacy. This is the definition given by them for nonverbal communication. Sorry. Aspects of correct body language. So this is nonverbal communication. What do you think should be a correct body language while you're speaking to someone? Orally you are telling them something, but does it really, for example, I am speaking to you, I am communicating orally with you, and I just simply drag. Okay, so this is an example, aspects of correct body language. Maintain eye contact. So does it make me understandable? It may, because I'm speaking English, it may make me understandable, but my expressions, my tones, my facial gestures also say a lot. You must be aware of it, because while speaking, your hand gestures, your facial gestures, your body language speaks a lot about you. Maintain eye contact. Maintaining eye contact while speaking is essential. If proper eye contact is not maintained, the audience may not feel connected to the speaker. Okay, so I'm speaking to you now. If I, for example, I just see below and keep on speaking, would you be interested in listening to me? No, you wouldn't. Okay, I am looking down and I'm speaking aspects of, no, you wouldn't be interested in listening to me. So it is very essential, it is, that you maintain proper eye contact with the audience, with the person you're speaking. Even if you're speaking to one person, you should maintain eye contact. Just one more thing to say, eye contact does, if you maintain eye contact with the person you're speaking to, that person relies on you, that person thinks that you are telling the truth. So it is very important. In India, because of cultural differences, we are somehow being advised Or rather, while as children we are told that you shouldn't maintain eye contact with the elders, you should keep your eyes down. This is to give respect to them. But in Western cultures, it is very important to maintain eye contact, because they see in your eyes, they somehow get to know whether you're speaking the truth or not. Uh, while conducting business internationally or globally, you should keep these things in mind. Body and limb movement. The movements of your body should be confident. Also, it is important to try and move as you speak. Thus, the audience will have to adjust their gaze accordingly. You speaking while speak about, for example, you're giving a presentation, you speaking and you just stay in one position. It really doesn't suit. You should move as you speak, and your movement should be confident. It shouldn't be as if you're nervous. It should be confident enough. And the audience, then what happens? The audience would listen to you, would look at you as you move. This brings attention. Hand movement and gestures. Your hand movement should corroborate with the statements. It should also not wave in a threatening position. The best way is to wave hands in such a way so that audience can see your palm. You are telling something, and your hand gestures, your hand movements are, these are non-verbal gestures, so it's telling something else. How does the audience feel? They may not feel connected. They may feel that you don't know, or perhaps you're not confident. And the best way, it says, you can speak like this, like waving your hands like this, not in a threatening position such as pointing fingers to the audience. That is not the correct way to speak. Staying in control. While speaking, the speaker should be in control. This happens when the audience is with you and is attentive. There can be question and answer sessions to keep the audience involved. So when you are in control, the audience would listen to you. They may nod in approval. And when you are not in control, they may simply get bored. It's very important to be in control of the presentation, to keep it interesting. You should keep it interesting so that the people listening to you are interested. And at the end of the session, while you're ending the presentation, you can keep a question and answer session. It is good to have a question and answer session, because with this you can know whether the presentation has gone good, whether the audience, the people, have listened to it properly, and they have any questions. They may agree or they may disagree with you, but it's good to know what they have in mind after listening to your presentation. Some other aspects are reading signals from your audience. The speaker should be able to understand how the audience is behaving whilst they are speaking. The audience can show negative, neutral, or positive postures, and it can be understood if they are interested in listening to the speaker. So somebody who is listening, for example, my attitude is, when I am listening to someone and I'm interested in that particular topic, I would nod, I would go, I would look at the speaker, I would nod, I may say something, I may purse my lips. So these are some things that give approval to the speaker. Somebody who is neutral may just sit. Somebody who is negative, who is not interested at all, may look here and there, and they would just feel, you would find that on their face that they are not interested, and they would just feel that the presentation gets over. So this is how you read signals. Even as I said, that if I nod, I am interested, the audience, the speaker may understand it. Even when I have given presentations, I do understand if the audience, if the people sitting in front of me are interested or not, because these are non-verbal gestures. This is something we call as body language, and you get to know what body language is trying to inform. Adjusting to these signals, the communication, the nonverbal communication from the audience may give an idea about who agrees or disagrees with your stance, and changes can be made accordingly. So you can make changes, make-gear changes, but not substantial, because you have a presentation already prepared. You should not make any last-minute changes or any last-minute alterations to it. Summing up the presentation, it's a very good activity, I would say. When you are completing your presentation, before it, you should sum it up. You should summarize it, what the audience have learned today, what the audience have listened to today. Summary at the end of the presentation is a good practice, as it allows the audience to pay attention again. So those who are negative would pay attention just to show that they were interested, or they were listening to the presentation, and now they are relieved that it is coming to an end. So this allows the audience to pay attention again if they are beginning to become bored. It is also a good idea to advise the audience that the end of the presentation is near. While summarizing, reiterate the main points from your presentation. So summary is important as your presentation. Summary is also important. So I also have a summary here. To summarize, it is very essential to have a positive nonverbal communication along with the oral communication. Studies show that during interpersonal communication, 7% of the message is verbally communicated and 93% is non-verbally transmitted. Having mentioned this, it is also important to know that the body language and non-verbal gestures may be different in different cultures. What is considered offensive Indian culture may not necessarily be the same in Western culture. So while conducting business internationally, it is important to know the culture as well. So as it is mentioned, 7% is only communicated orally. The other 93 is through non-verbal communication. If you're working in an organization and you are having a feedback session with your manager is sitting and telling you, okay, you have done a very good job, and somehow he's telling you that you've done a very good job, and he's not enthusiastic, or he is not happy. So his tone, his non-verbal gesture would let you know, okay, if I have done a good job, you should be happy. You are telling good news to me, but you're not happy. So these are some of the non-verbal communication types, and it is different in different cultures. The Americans are very outspoken. The Australians are very outspoken. So along with oral communication, they may also show nonverbal transmissions that may be offensive to Indians. As I said, with us Indians, if we are speaking to elders, we keep our gaze down, we keep our eyes down. But in Western cultures, they believe in eye contact. They believe in when they meet each other, they kiss on the cheeks, they hug. Probably somebody formal may also do that. But in India, if we are meeting formally, we usually do not do that. Shaking hands in Western cultures is considered good, but we in India tend not to shake hands with people who are not probably not close to us, not related to us, or whom we do not know. If you go for an interview, you usually do not shake hands, but in Western cultures it is considered good, it is considered courteous to shake hands. So these are some of the non-verbal gestures which really are important to while you're working in an organization, to have, along with oral communication, to have an understanding of nonverbal gestures as well. All right, so this is the end of our lecture. These are some of the questions, people. I hope you'll work on it. Thank you very much for listening.